therapy is for mad people. That if you're normal, then therapy is not for you. Therapy is like dating. You might not necessarily like the first person you go on a date with. Try out as many therapists as you can to ensure that you get a therapist who is right for you. Have you ever felt burnt out, anxious, tired, feeling like the world is like crashing down, or you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulder? Yeah, same. Today we're gonna unpack if therapy is for you, or really who is therapy for, because therapy is a word that has been thrown around in the past couple of years, and the question has always been, or when you suggest to people that you think that they should go to therapy, the question has always been like, why? Do you think I'm crazy? Do you think I'm mad? I don't think I need therapy. And so in today's quick episode, we're just gonna go into what is therapy, some of the fears associated with therapy, and is it for you? So in layman's language, or in very simple language, therapy is a safe space for you to grow, to heal, and to process. This word process is one of the most important words that have come around in the recent past, because like it or not, life happens, things happen to you, and whether you want to address it or whether you don't want to address it, it changes who you are, how you react, and what your reality or your present looks like. And so therapy just provides a safe environment, no judgment, no biases, where you can process your thoughts, process your actions, and in due time then you should be able to know maybe what are your triggers, how you behave, how you can improve, or where you are lagging. So very quickly, let's get into types of therapy, and I must say there are quite a number. The first one and the common one is, I love to call it talk therapy, and this is just where you engage, sit down, talk with a mental health professional. It could be a psychiatrist, a psychologist, it could be a licensed counselor, and you just talk your feelings out. Many times, I know you've probably seen or heard where something happens and then someone says, have you talked to someone? So that someone is actually the best if they are a trained mental health professional, because they're able to prompt you and to push you in the right direction. By the way, you can also choose to talk to a friend. If you're a child, you can choose to speak to an adult. If a trusted adult, not just any adult. If you're a grown-up or a mature person, you can speak to your friends also. But in the context of this episode, therapy is when you actually reach out and connect with a mental health professional. The difference between speaking to them as opposed to your friend, as I've said, they're able to prompt you, they are trained, they know how to push you in the right direction. The other type of therapy that we have is online therapy. This is where you speak to someone, but you don't have to leave your couch. You're just lying on your couch and you're speaking to someone about your feelings. We also have couple or family therapy. This is a type of therapy that is specifically designed and created for couples and families to address couple issues and family issues. Most of the time you find that this kind of therapy could or is done by couples, and so they know the challenges, they know the issues that people can experience in their marriage or in their relationship. I don't know if there's another one that I'm leaving. I think I've handled majority of them. I'm not sure if there's one I'm leaving, but in case if I am, Do let me know if you know another one. Share with me in the comments, and I might just add it down below. Now, why do people fear therapy? I know that even in my own case, when I've mentioned to my friends or my family that I am in therapy, they look at me like, really? What's going on? And when I've also suggested to them, very recently I suggested to my sweet little somebody that, she should go for therapy or that she should start therapy. She's like, I'm okay. Who told you I'm not okay? Therapy is for every person. Full stop. Therapy is for everybody. You can be having stress, maybe from your job. You need somebody to talk to. You need somebody to listen to you. You're juggling your career. You're juggling motherhood. Therapy is for you. You just had a new baby. You don't know what to do. You're stressed. You're feeling overwhelmed. This is where postpartum depression comes in. Therapy is for you. You've made a big move, left everything behind. You've relocated abroad. Things are not the way they were exactly. Therapy is for you. As a couple, you're going through issues. You're arguing too much. You and your partner cannot be able to meet at a middle point and compromise. Therapy is for you. You're a mom. You're struggling with your children. Your children are not understanding you. You're not understanding them. Therapy is for you. And the big one, men. Men are not open to therapy. Therapy is for men because, want to accept it or not, men also have their own challenges that they are facing, their own issues. And in fact, statistics show that men have a higher rate and are being affected right now by the common mental health illnesses and disorders such as depression, anxiety. There's a higher rate of opposed to women and all of that. So my take is that therapy is for everybody. Now, I'm going to go into some of the fears associated with therapy. And the first one that comes into my mind is therapy is for mad people. Damn! That if you're normal, then therapy is not for you. And I'm going to ask, what is actually normal? What is mad? That is just a mindset. That's a myth that has to be taken out and has to be demystified. Therapy is not for mad people. Therapy is for everybody who's going through the cycles and the bumps of life. The other one is that therapy is expensive. This one could be partly true because I remember a few years ago there was a very limited number of mental health professionals who are available to support people in life. And so that made therapy to be not easily accessible and very expensive. But as we speak right now, therapy is very much easily accessible. We have free apps here and there. We have subsidized prices. Schools are now engaging or onboarding psychologists as part of their teams, because in 2025 the world has finally accepted and agreed that mental health is as important as physical health. Another myth that is associated with therapy is that you're going to be judged or you're going to be exposed. I'm here to demystify that myth. In therapy, nobody is going to judge you. The mental health professional is fully trained and they know and they've heard and listened to millions of stories and millions of people. And so you are not the only one or the first one to present. And so if you are afraid that maybe you're going to be judged or you're going to be exposed, take off that fear. Therapy is a safe space. Wow, I feel like I've been going for quite some time. And so lastly, I know you're asking, is therapy for me? When we began, I asked if you've ever felt overwhelmed with life, if you're struggling with boundaries, if you feel that you're worrying too much, if you're crying more than usual, if you're feeling low more than usual, I dare say that therapy is for you. Therapy is a sign of strength and not a weakness. In fact, in the recent past, I've discovered that therapy is one of the best forms of self-care that you could do for yourself. When you see a person is in therapy, that is a person who loves themselves and they realize that they're not necessarily living their best life and they want to do better and to do more. I invite you to share with me in the comments or share with me anonymously. What are some of the fears that you have about therapy? What has been your experience in therapy? Before I go, let me just say that some people are ticked off by the first therapist that they meet and maybe they don't have a good chemistry and you feel like, I tried therapy once and it didn't work out. Therapy is like dating. You might not necessarily like the first person you go on a date with. Try out as many therapists as you can to ensure that you get a therapist who is right for you. There are so many things that come into play sometimes when you're dealing with therapists. There are therapists who have a Christian approach. Those are the ones that personally I love the most. There are some who are culturally insensitive. They're not able to understand some of the issues that, say, maybe Black people could be going through if you're from the States or if you're from Canada, or the LGBTQ issue, or Muslims and some of the cultural things that they undergo. So try out as many therapists as you can and pick out the one that works for you. If you feel that you've been needing extra support, therapy might just be the best fit for you. Thank you so much. Join me next week if this is the kind of content you like in this Mental Health Awareness Month. Next week, we are going to be talking about mental health and faith. Where is Jesus when you're struggling with your mental health? See you on the next one.